So our number one product, like I was saying, is our Lifelong Vitality Support. And even though we're an essential oil company, we sell more of our vitamins than we do any of our essential oils. And like I said, it has numerous health benefits. It supports your cardiovascular system, your brain, your eyes, your nervous system. It's great for inflammation in the body. It's great for stress and anxiety. It's great for your skin, hair, and nails. It's great for your digestive system, aches and pains within the body. It promotes a lot of energy. But I found that my sleep was so solid taking these vitamins. So that's our number one suggestion. Magnesium, I'm a big fan of magnesium. It's really great for your heart. It's really great for your nervous system. It's also really good for aches and pains. So I like to take a magnesium pill before bed. Since probably August or September, the last part of my pregnancy, I started religiously taking the Serenity soft gels and Copaiba soft gels. I take 2 in the morning and 2 at night. Those 2 are fabulous for promoting restful sleep as well. It calms the nervous system. It really helps shut down your brain. The Serenity soft gels have amino acids in them, which are proteins. Those are really good to just like rejuvenate your cells and your muscles, especially if you work out. But they're really good for promoting restful sleep as well. And then I'm also a big fan of taking an Epsom salt bath before bed. I try and take one, if not every day, every other day. I try and take one as much as I can. The Epsom salt also is very relaxing for your body. It's great for your heart, your nervous system. I like to add some different oils to my Epsom salt bath. The oils will connect with the Epsom salt so your body's truly absorbing it. So, you know, you can do whatever scent you feel drawn to, but Epsom salt is a really great way to just really prepare your body for bed. Some of my favorite oils for bedtime are cedarwood, vetiver, frankincense, breathe, serenity, copaiba, juniper berry, marjoram, peace, and balance. Juniper berry is really good if you have little kids. It's very supportive for bedwetting. It's really supportive for night terrors. There's a recipe called Monster Spray, so that has juniper berry in there. And I don't have my blend with me in here, of course, in the bedroom. But I made a dropper like this. It's just a glass bottle. And for me, it's all about making life easier, not harder. So instead of getting my diffuser ready at nighttime and adding, you know, 5 drops of this and 5 drops of this and 5 drops of this, I just wanted to have it ready to go. So I took a bottle like this and I did a whole bottle of cedarwood, a whole bottle of serenity, and a whole bottle of balance. And I dumped those 3 bottles in here, the full bottles, put it in here, so that every night I just take this and add it right into my diffuser. So I don't have to take the lids off of 10 million bottles. It's all about being convenient. And then if I want to switch it up, I can add this to the diffuser and then add a couple of drops of other things like On Guard or Breathe or whatever we're feeling at the time. Or sometimes if I don't feel like I'm drawn to this that night, then I'll just do, you know, my regular thing of adding whatever oils I want to it. But diffusing oils next to your bed is really important, because while your body's sleeping, your brain is still going to be taking in the aromas of the oils. So it's still signaling your brain receptors to stay calm, stay at peace, stay asleep. So having a diffuser, I usually try and start my diffuser like 30 minutes to an hour before bed and close the door. So then the room starts to have that aroma. As soon as you walk into your bedroom, you're already starting to smell those oils, and it's just kind of setting the tone for the evening. I'm a really big fan of meditation apps. So there's some really great apps that you can put on your phone that promote restful sleep. And, you know, they say not to be on your phone 30 minutes before bed, but I feel like using my phone for a meditation app is very different than like surfing the web and still stimulating my brain. I turn it on and I put it right next to my bed, and there's very great ones out there that are different lengths. You can do one that's 5 minutes, you can do one that's an hour. So it just depends on how long it usually takes you to fall asleep. But I love some of the meditation apps that are out there, and some of them are free too. Reading in bed instead of watching TV is really great. They say no TV and no phone 30 minutes before bed, just to help prepare your brain to get ready for, your night's sleep. And then also, I'm a big fan of exercise. I think doing some exercise throughout the day, try not to do it too late in the day, because then that's going to be stimulating your body. So doing it in the morning or on your lunch break. I always suggest anything before like 3 o'clock is really good. Also, something that just came to mind is limiting caffeine, not taking caffeine, super close to bedtime too. So those are some of my favorites on what I find really beneficial. Here's some really great diffuser blends: Sweet Dreams, Sleepy Time, Bedtime Stories, Sleeping In, Sweet Slumber, Good Night, Sleep Tight, Spa Dreams. So these are some nice ones if you wanted to mix it up. And then I know a lot of people just kind of feel anxious when they're getting ready for bed, or if they're in bed and they're having a hard time going to sleep. So you could take one of these too if you don't have the Serenity soft gels or the Copaiba soft gels. You do 6 drops of frankincense, 4 of wild orange, and 2 in lavender. You can also add 1 to 2 drops of cardamom if your stomach is kind of anxious, and you put it in a veggie capsule, and you can take that before bed too. So it's kind of just about what you have on hand. That's the wonderful thing about the membership and ordering something monthly, is that you're always wanting to build your collection so that you do have a lot of the oils on hand, so that you can try some of these different diffuser blends and build your collection to have those oils. And it's just about being routine, doing the same thing every day, getting ready at the same time, doing your diffuser every night, taking your supplements, and just really getting into that mindset of shutting down and getting ready for a restful sleep. Christina, do you want to take over?
Sure thing. Hi, everybody. A lot of what I'm going to say is ditto from what you just said, but there goes my dog. 1/3 of people don't get enough sleep. That's a lot of people. And maintaining adequate amounts of sleep is essential to optimal health. And there's a lot of things you can do for better sleep. And I have a whole list. I think it might be too long for our call. Thank you, Gina. Checking on the puppy. Okay. While we sleep, our internal organs rest and recover. Tissue repair, muscle growth, and protein synthesis is going on during sleep. So it's really important that we sleep so our body can repair. Our hormones regulate when we sleep, and appetite control is regulated, as well as metabolism. And we all know we all want good metabolism. Let's see, let me just fast forward to the
I'm going to chime in real quick. Talking about the metabolism, that's a good one, and I should have put that on there. Taking Terrazyme right before bed, after you've eaten dinner, a couple hours later, right before you go to bed, taking Terrazyme is really great because it's processing overnight. It's helping break down those enzymes and letting your body really digest to support your metabolism so that your body's recovering and ready for the next day. And then taking one first thing in the morning on an empty stomach about half an hour before you eat anything, that's also going to support your metabolism and just jumpstart your digestive system and get ready for the day. But taking one while you sleep is a really great idea to take Terrazyme.
Mm-hmm. Right. Also, some benefits of good sleep are good immune system health, which now is flu season and cold season, so you want good sleep for immune support as well. Also, creativity. We're more creative when we sleep better. And how much sleep do we really need? It depends on your age. So I have some charts, but I don't have I can't really share them. But for our age group, it's between 7 and 9 hours is what we need for all of us on the call. So keep the following in mind when it comes to getting a good night's sleep. Eating a variety of foods, limiting sugar, limiting caffeine. And sometimes it's nice to have a cup of peppermint tea at night instead of something sweet. When you're craving sweet, try a peppermint tea. Also, if you eat a lighter dinner, it's a little bit better for sleep. And don't eat dinner too late because that will take away. Yeah. And you don't want to drink wine too late. So like on the weekends, if you want to go out, maybe drink your wine before dinner or with dinner and not too late, because the wine will keep you up, unfortunately. We all love our wine.
I have first-hand experience with that one.
Yeah, and hydration is really important, but we want to hydrate more in the morning and at lunchtime. We don't want to be not drinking any water throughout the whole day, and then after dinner, like, oh, okay, let me get all my, 32 ounces, 64 ounces in. That will keep you up, too. So slow down the water in the evening. Also, it's good to prepare your environment. Start your diffuser early. If you have a decluttered room, declutter your bedroom. You'll sleep better. And electronics, it's good to unplug, like Jenna said, about 30 minutes beforehand. Some people use the blue blocker glasses while they're on the computer 30 minutes beforehand. You could get these on Amazon, and they come in much cuter frames than these. This is just—
What are those?
They're blue blockers.
I'm not familiar with that.
Blue blockers. So, do you know who Dave Asprey is? The Bulletproof Diet?
Oh, uh-huh.
So he talks a lot about the blue blocker glasses, and he wears them everywhere he goes. So it's the blue light, the lights that are emitted from our cell phones and computers. The blue light stimulates the brain. So that's why we want to not do too much computer work at night. But if you are on the computer, you can use these to diffract with the blue lights. So they're blue blockers. Also, you could put your phone, if you do have your phone on your bedside stand, you can put it on airplane mode. But you have to remember to take it off airplane mode in the morning. So it has to be a habit. Creating a bedtime routine sometimes helps with sleep. If you have like your Epsom salt bath, and maybe, the calming meditation tapes that you have, that's a really good routine. And sometimes just the routine helps the mind say, okay, it is bedtime. And sometimes people, who live alone, they may need to talk to somebody. So you could call a friend and just, talking and connecting with somebody, or even if you live with somebody, if you want to just like talk before you go to sleep, sometimes that helps. I have a lot, but we'll abbreviate it. Also, what's really good help besides the magnesium that you mentioned, melatonin, especially if you're traveling or going through different time zones. And melatonin is, it's natural, it's non-addicting. Buy it in a health food store. It is naturally secreted by the brain. So if you have trouble sleeping, you could take between 0.5 and 3 milligrams right before bed for about 2 months. It resets your circadian rhythm, your clock, and that really helps with sleep if somebody's having a hard time with sleep. And the magnesium, I really like the Natural Calm. and it comes in that big jug. That's a good brand. And also all the doTERRA oils that you mentioned, and the diffuser blends, I have them all here too, the ones that you read off: lavender, cedarwood, wild orange, lang lang, serenity gel caps, well, great. Lavender spray on your pillow, and Peace. Peace is a good nighttime oil.
Yeah, Peace is like a sleeping pill for me.
Yeah, some people just roll it like right on their wrist, and just like, sleep like that. Use your hands as a diffuser.
Yeah, I also like patchouli in the diffuser for bedtime. Patchouli is really nice. And so lavender is kind of tricky. Same thing with melatonin. Some people have really great success with lavender and melatonin for sleep, but those two specifically have also had very adverse effects for some people. So some people are actually energized by both of those items, lavender and
melatonin.
So yeah, I've heard some people take it. It's almost like we were just talking about this in a class this week. NyQuil, like for me, if I take NyQuil, which I haven't taken in years, it doesn't put me to sleep. It keeps me awake. And that's how melatonin is for some people. And sometimes lavender, like one lady was like, I was trying lavender and, everyone says it's so calming and it's great for sleep. And it was the opposite for me. It was actually keeping me awake. As soon as she switched over to, I think she's in Serenity and Cedarwood, it changed her whole night routine. She was actually able to fall asleep, but the lavender was just keeping her up. So it goes back to that point that we learn in our classes that, everybody's different and we're all going to respond to the oils differently. What works really well for you may not work really well for me, and vice versa. So, if you try an oil for sleep and it doesn't work, that doesn't mean that oils don't work. It just means that that specific oil wasn't the right one. So you find something else to try, and you keep trying until you find something that really supports you. And Peace was like a sleeping pill for me. I don't know if I started using it too much or what, but it's still very calming, but it doesn't give me the same effect that some of the other oils are now providing for me.
Right. Everybody's different. That's bio-individuality. Just everybody's different. And like sometimes my husband doesn't like some of the oils, so I can't use some of those because, he just, so you have to find what really works good for you. Mm-hmm. And whoever else is in the room, but I love Balance and Serenity and Wild Orange. My puppy's having a field day. Oh my gosh. I'm not getting involved. Anyway, that's my go-to blend. And I love Balance. Yeah, I really love that one. But that's about it. There she is. There she goes. Oh my God. Anyway, and you could even take it to extreme levels. You could get organic cotton sheets, laundered in non-toxic laundry soap that doTERRA has. You could really, a colder room, a darker room, help you sleep.
The temperature is a good point.
Yeah.
If the room's too hot, that will not help you go to sleep. They say your room temperature should be between 65 and 68, I think, is like the ideal temperature, especially if you have little babies.
Yeah. Cold, dark, decluttered, quiet, of course.
I also really like a salt lamp.
Mm-hmm.
It's, but to me, a little softer than a nightlight, but there's a lot of benefits from Himalayan salt lamps. If you look it up, they promote restful sleep. They're supposed to be really good for allergies, really good for asthma. They're just very calming. So we actually have a salt lamp in almost every room in our house, one in all the kids' rooms, our bedroom, the living room, and the kitchen, just because they're really beneficial to have. But I like them better than having a nightlight in the room because it just provides like a softer light. and you're getting health benefits from it too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, sure. My
Does
pleasure.
anybody else have any questions or any tips that you guys do to promote restful sleep? No? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. Again, I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties, but I'll share the diffuser recipes on the Facebook page also so that you have access to those. And next week's call is Monday, February 4th, and it is on essential oils for self-love and romance as we're getting into February, the month of love, and just making sure that we're nurturing ourselves and our partners, and that should be a fun call too. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.